So I'm not going to say too much from this because I'm actually going to do the next coffee games on this topic because I've already done 2 Ubisoft videos. I might as well do this one. I'm a man of my word. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Coffee Games episode where we're going to talk about the latest in the Ubisoft news. We've done 2 videos of this so far. I'll link them in the description down below. I'll even put one right up here for you. Isn't that nice of me? Nice. But I do want to talk about this letter given by Yves Guillemot to the entire Ubisoft staff, so I think it's an important one to read out and just discuss it on the Coffee Games video. By the way, hi! Welcome to Coffee Games. That's what we call these now. But yeah, we like to sit down. We like to discuss some things about the video game industry here. And yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. But before we get started, hi! I hope you're doing well. Are you doing great? Good, I hope. If you enjoy these kinds of videos, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button and a notification bell so you know when all these videos come out, as well as our weekly podcast, the Groceries podcast. And if you enjoy what you watch, by the end of this video, definitely consider giving a like and giving a share for this video so that more people know about the Games and Groceries channel. And then it becomes in the recommended feed. And you're just like, why is this in my recommended feed? Because you hit that like and share button. Thanks, everybody. So without further ado, I think we should get started with this. Yves put out an extensive email to his staff, and I want to go through the highlights here. I will link the article down below, the Gamespot article, where they actually put out the entire email themselves. So you should give it a read for yourselves. I'm just going to go over a few things here, but let's get started with the numbers that Yves actually put out here. So keep in mind here that these numbers that we're going to be reading from Yves are not going to be 100% accurate. 14,000 of these replies came back, but he also mentions in his email that there's 19,000 people working at Ubisoft. So it's not 100% accurate in terms of numbers, but also I don't think it's 100% accurate because of the fear that some people might have. Sure, he said it's anonymous, but you've got to imagine if you've gone through this much abuse at a company, you don't even want to take a risk here. So take all these numbers with the grain of salt that you will. I don't know, just put it on there like a little bit of seasoning, but it still has a lot of information that we can derive from this. So let's get started. Let me just put on my reading glasses, also known as my regular prescription lenses. So there's that. But let me read this part of the email here. From the start of the crisis, I wanted to hear from you so that we could take stock of all the problems you are encountering and put together a plan to resolve them. And then he says more than 2,000 of you participated in listening sessions and nearly 14,000 responded to the anonymous independent survey to express yourself and share your experiences of ideas of improvement. Then he also says that the Accenture also conducted 100 interviews and 40 focus groups of our culture process. 1,200 employees were heard as a part of this audit. So he's going through these numbers saying that, yes, we've gone through extensive research. He's actually done this. And what he found is a little bit disturbing. And he gives out these kinds of numbers, which might be confusing at first, but let me read this part of it. Now, we're going to be talking about this focus right there here that he gives, but I want to read the number that he says the survey showed roughly 25% experienced or witnessed some form of workplace misconduct in the past 2 years, and that 1 in 5 do not feel fully respected or safe in the work environment. And you can see that number, and depends what kind of person you are, but you might see that 25%, and you might say to yourself, oh, it's only 25%. Not a big deal. That's not that big of a deal. Whatever. But that's 25% of 14,000 people. And on another level, nobody should feel that they've experienced or witnessed some form of workplace misconduct. 25% is way too high. And Yves is taking this seriously. And I've seen some people's takes saying like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was only 25%. But really, he is taking some extensive looks into how he can improve his company through these numbers. 25%, 1 in 4 people That's intense. But he then goes to say, and this is another focus that we're going to be talking about in just a little bit, but he also says that the percentage of women who reported experiencing, witnessing, or hearing discrimination, harassment, or inappropriate behavior was 30% higher than men. Yves also says that the non-binary employees approximately 43% more than men. So there again, we're seeing this high number. Women have experienced harassment 30% more than men. Non-binary employees 43%. So you see those numbers, and 25% only felt this way. The other 75% could be all men. And then we're seeing women are being discriminated. That 25% there. This is another number you can put into your little noggins there. He also says that in one of his focuses, that women only comprise 22% of Ubisoft's company. So you take that 25% of people who experience harassment, women experience harassment 30% more than men did, and women only comprise 22% of Ubisoft's employee base. So you see those numbers and you might think it's not that big of a deal, but the numbers are drastically high and something has to be done here. And it seems like Yves wants to do something with some new focus. And that's what we're going to talk about, the 4 main focuses that Yves put out here. So in this letter, Yves also puts out 4 main focuses that he's going to be planning out for the future in terms of making Ubisoft a better company. The 4 of them are going to guarantee a working environment where everyone feels respected and safe, putting diversity and inclusion at the heart of everything we do, refocus and strengthen our HR function, and make the managers of the group accountable and empower them. Here's the thing. A lot of people might see that first one and say, guarantee that everyone feels safe? Are you crazy? Are you insane? Not really. Why is that such a big deal? Why should that be such a big ask to say that everyone should feel safe at their jobs? Wow, that seems silly. But really, honestly, like, that's something that he is putting at the forefront of his culture change at Ubisoft, and putting diversity and inclusion at the heart of everything we do. That's something else we can talk about right now. It seems like he's taking this seriously, and what he's trying to put out here is that, listen, when you work at Ubisoft, we want to make sure that everyone feels safe, supported, and represented. All of these things are making sure that the managers are staying accountable, that their bonuses. He also puts out in this letter that the managers' bonuses will be in check right now. They were only going to get bonuses if they make a secure workplace, a diverse workplace, making sure that everyone feels represented and empowered. And you might be saying to yourself,
well, why are all these things important? Why should we care?
Here's the thing. Ubisoft is a dream job for some people. That's the thing. I would love to work at Ubisoft someday. Maybe not someday because I'm worthless. I don't know. That's the thing, is that I love Assassin's Creed. Sue me. I like Watch Dogs. Sue me for that one. But I do love Ubisoft games, and if I ever worked at Ubisoft, that would be a dream job for me, honestly. You know, or Bethesda. Just putting that one out there. You know, what's up, Xbox? But that's the thing, is that some people, this is their dream job, and when they get to their dream job, they want to know that this is a safe and secure place to work. And Yves is making sure this is done. One of the things I do want to point out here is the 3rd focus, refocus and strengthen our HR function. To say that they have not been focusing on human resources. They said that in the surveys that the HR function had been damaged, but they are working on recruiting a chief people officer. They're recruiting a head of diversity. They're heading up training for their managers. Yves is meeting up with members of the U.S. Anti-Racism Committee, a representative of Local Green Focus, and they're just meeting all these requirements to say that HR needs to be empowered, that diversity needs to be empowered, that everybody needs to feel like they have a voice in Ubisoft. And that's what this 4 main focuses are on, to make sure that everyone has a voice, everyone feels safe, everyone feels secure, and that the managers are in check. We just saw in the past that fan favorite Ashraf Ismail was canned from Ubisoft for his behavior, for his employees. So they're not screwing around here. And the 4 main focuses are in terms of centering on that ideal. Everyone needs to feel safe here. And that's what I love about this letter, is that he puts out an idea, he puts out the numbers, he puts out the focus. That's the final thing I want to talk about in this kind of longer video. This is all nice and good. This email is fine. I love what they're putting out here, but will it last? Is this change going to be permanent? Let's talk about that. So finally, the biggest question is, will this last? Is this the new norm at Ubisoft? And the only way we can know that is through time and reaching out to friends who work at Ubisoft. And that's the thing. We need to be reaching out to these people, seeing if in the future, are these things being checked? Are these things being actually made happen? I don't know if that sentence made sense. I don't know. But that's the thing, is that Yves puts out these plans. And not only that, this one part of the email where he talks about the diversity and inclusion, he puts in bold saying, in addition to our goal of ensuring women comprise. Did I say compromise before? Oh, I'm an idiot. Anyways, in addition to our goal of ensuring women comprise, not compromise, at least 24% of Ubisoft's teams by 2023 compared to 22% today. We're in the process of defining other KPIs to measure out our progress in terms of diversity. And here's the thing, he has a plan all the way out to 2023, and he wants to ensure that those focuses are met by 2023. And that's the most encouraging part about this, is that he's not just saying words here, but he's meeting with committees. He has a plan out to 2023, which is 3 years from now. If you're watching this video in the future, it's 2020 right now. Help us, save us, please, future people of 2023. Here's the thing, is that he actually puts out a guideline. He puts out measurements. He's putting out saying that this is not what we want for Ubisoft. And I love how he's honest with the numbers. I love that he's honest with his measurements. And I love how he's saying that I'm meeting with these people. I'm meeting with these committees. I'm updating our code of conduct. I'm empowering HR. But talk is talk. That's all it is. Talk is talk. But I think Yves knows, in this age of games journalism, he's under so much scrutiny right now. Just that Bloomberg article from Jason Schreier just put all of Ubisoft in check. And now we're looking at Ubisoft so much more differently. We're looking at Ubisoft as a crime scene. And it's unfortunate, because I look forward to playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, but it's very weird to, support a brand that's been under abuse for decades. It's insane to me, but he knows this. Yves knows that the image of Ubisoft is damaged, and he's trying to put it back into place. So the best way we can put this guy into check is to just that, put Yves in check. If you're in games journalism, follow up with your Ubisoft voices. If you have friends working in Ubisoft, check up with them every now and again. Like, how's the work environment? Put these people in check. And seems like Yves is doing that, putting his managers in check. You're not going to get a bonus unless we know that you're putting out a safe work environment that's diverse, that's represented, and that's that. And just being a good manager. My goodness. Before I end this video, I just want to read this last paragraph that's in his letter. When I created Ubisoft more than 30 years ago, I had no idea it would become a leader with nearly 19,000 talents around the world. It's a great source of pride. It's also a huge responsibility, that of guaranteeing a working environment where everyone feels heard, recognized, and valued, not only for what they do as an employee, but above all, for who they are as an individual. I messed that one up. Everyone at Ubisoft should be able to feel confident and have the same opportunities regardless of their gender, skin color, religion, age, or other individual traits. Diversity is a strength. So he's taking responsibility. He takes pride in the company that he co-founded, and I have hope for Ubisoft in the future, but we just have to put it in check. And we have to trust in Yves right now that he will actually follow through on his plans. So I want to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. I want you to read the letter that's in the Gamespot article that I've linked out in the description down below. Give it a read. What do you think? Is this sincere? Do you think it's all just fake news? I don't know. But I want to hear your thoughts. Write them in the comments down below. Is Ubisoft about to be shaken up? Is Yves Guillemot about to do the right move here? Do you think he's actually going to follow through with his plans? Do you know anybody at Ubisoft? I want to hear all of your thoughts in the comments down below. Like I said, I've done 2 videos other than this about Ubisoft, so I was just interested in making a video about this, but I want to hear your thoughts. I do. I really, really do. But I'll be down there. I'll be talking with you. And if you enjoyed this video, definitely hitting that like and the share button helps out the channel get recommended. You really do help us out by hitting that like button. But other than that, subscribe to the channel, hitting that notification bell so that you know when all these videos come out, as well as our weekly podcast, the Games and Groceries podcast. And with all that said and done, I bid you adieu, I guess. I don't know. But thank you again for watching this video, and be sure to wear your mask. Take care.